Mic check. How we all doing today? So I had a choice on whether or not to stream on both YouTube and Twitch, but I decided against it. We're gonna finish up, or at least try to finish up the Elsweyr DLC, um, as well as um, starting Greymore, or at least that's the plan, at least.
Well, aren't you off in a hurry? Heading to Surindar's cradle? I hope you brought your own water skin. Or you could buy one off me. My rates are reasonable, given the drought.
What's wrong with the adaptorium?
Water, or rather the lack of it. Something stopped the flow from the aqueduct to Surindar's cradle. I've been hauling water for them in the meantime, but they can't keep this up forever.
Alright, so what's the problem with the aqueduct?
Don't know. Old stones, old gates and levers. Who can say for sure? I overheard the adepts discussing the trouble. A young one, Vosby, seems keen to solve the issue. If you want to know more, she's the person to ask.
Alright, I'll find Vosby and learn more about the water problems at Surindar's cradle. Oh, we're crying out loud. There we go.
We must do something about the water, Silujo. If you would just...
No adept can face the wastes alone, child. This one insists you stay.
Vosby cannot understand. Only puddles remain in the Adaptorium cisterns, but still Silujo forbids this one to act.
I heard there's a problem with the adaptorium's water supply.
Our Adaptorium, Srendar's cradle, is parched by a drought. We rely on the Anequina aqueduct to supply our water, but something halted the flow. Now adepts and pilgrims go thirsty. We tend to the sick here. Without water, many of them may die.
Do you have any idea what halted the...
No, and we never will if Silujo gets his way. He yowls about the risks, but Vosby is not the saucer-eyed kitten she was when Silujo found her. This one must fix this. You're a warrior, yes? Would you escort Vosby to investigate the aqueduct?
Yes, I'll help you.
Thank you for helping, Rook. We should investigate the nearest gate of the aqueduct, just south of here. Srendar willing, we will find whatever blocks the water there. Vosby will meet you soon. This one must speak to Silujo before she leaves.
Has the aqueduct ever gone dry before?
No. My teachers examined the Order's histories and found no evidence of droughts in the past. But we live in curious times, yes? Dragons fly, dead walk. A broken aqueduct would not seem out of place. Vosby does not think so. Before...
Dialogue. Hello? That way you guys can see the dialogue. Alright. Cool.
Oh, you found it! We should examine the gate at the top of the ladder. Open and dry, as expected. Hopefully we'll find the blockage at the second gate. Busby hopes we can find the problem soon. Otherwise, we may have to investigate the Bandar Span.
What's the Bandar Span?
A portion of the aqueduct that runs through Bandar's litter. A canyon to the east of the Adeptorium. Silujo forbids us to go there, ever since this one was a Jakajit.
And why is it forbidden?
Busby does not know. She has, at times, heard whispers from the older adepts. Something about the Nahatan flu. This one asked Silujo outright about the place years ago. He only shook his head and said it was far, far from Srenda's light. Busby will be right behind you, but be careful, Walker. Silujo can be overprotective, but he would not resort to lies to hold us back. The dangers of the wastes are real, as you know. Follow the line of the aqueduct east. It should lead you straight... Ha! You... Caught you! Busby is a quick study, yes? Let's examine this new gate. Dry. Zispo. Wait, what is this? Curious. This scrap of cloth. Busby knows it well. It is part of a Srendar adept's habit. One of the old ones we don't wear anymore. Could an adept have been out here?
Who would wear a habit like that?
Busby does not think anyone wore it. The way it is torn, it looks like someone used it to dress a wound. Do you see the stains? This one smells blood, too. A warning, perhaps. Or a clue.
You think the person who dropped this is responsible for the water shortage?
Maybe. Busby is no investigator. But finding something like this near the gate feels like a sign. We should find the person, if only to make sure they are not badly hurt, yes? We could start by searching around the columns that hold the aqueduct up. Someone certain. After the worst of the Nahatan flu had passed, Silujo and the others burned every scrap of cloth touched by the illness. Quilts, linens, and yes, even their habits. Nothing remained of them, aside from paintings in the cloisters. It appears that way, yes. Another shred of a habit? The blood seems more spotty. From a sword, maybe. Let's keep looking. The blood trail goes cold, yes? But what is that? A cameo? The face looks... This was not dropped by accident, Walker. There must be more to find.
A thirst of virtue composed by a friend. Sweet Surendar's cradle, no soup in the ladle. No water for piping hot tea. The puddles are shrinking. The spirits are sinking. Where went the spirits' mercy? No tears were they crying for those who lay dying. When water flowed free as the breeze, only who one deserves quarter, that will reward her, the sweet cat who survived the disease.
This is a nursery rhyme, isn't it? Like the one Busby read every night as a kitten. Srendar's mercy. Please hurry, Walker. Swaddlecloth? Busby recognizes that pattern. Come, let's keep looking, come! And we find a death coin lost, of course. Something that gleams to take to the sands behind the stars. We should talk.
Are we talking?
The The bloody bandages, the cameo, and swaddlecloth. All these trinkets and mementos lead to a forbidden place, Bandar's litter. Busby has not been totally honest with you, Walker. This one has a very personal stake in this business.
Yes, you seem to recognize all those items. Why haven't you told me?
The drought. It's because of me. That is why Busby insisted on being the one to investigate. Every year, on this one's birthday, someone leaves a gift outside the cloisters. Gifts like the nursery rhyme, coin, and cameo we found, you see?
So this gift giver left a trail to lead us here. Why do you think it's related to the drought?
Days after the aqueduct ran dry, the gift giver left a jug of cold, fresh water outside this one's door. It was a message, you see, for Busby. Now we find these dressings and keepsakes, all leading to Bandar's litter. Our answers are there.
Fair enough. You said this place is forbidden. Why?
Old ghosts haunt this place. Angry spirits that moan and howl curses in the night. Silujo always insisted we stay away. I hate to disobey him, but we have no choice. The last sluice gate and the person we pursue are both inside. Are you prepared? Wait! Busby saw someone! Why do they run? We do not mean them any harm. There they go. Is that the same one as before? Let's split up. We can corner him.
Who are you? Where's Busby, beloved child? Finally, you have come home at last.
Beloved, what? I don't... We only want to restore the water.
Story-based games, hello.
No. You come for answers, child. Answers from ashes. Take her to our camp at the Bandar Gate. Kill the other and cleanse him in flame. The scouring fire will claim Sarindar's cradle soon enough.
Quickly! Over here! Silujo saw everything. We must save Busby. Quickly, please!
What are you doing here?
I may not be Busby's father, but I feel a father's love for her. What parent would let their child wander the Kaj with a stranger? Silu followed. at a
Yes, this is
distance, but
Elsweyr.
could not stop Vasby in time.
How are you?
The stricken cats took her deeper into the canyon. The flu. Time heals some wounds and causes others to fester. Sometimes even the greatest healer cannot see all ends. Forgive me. Silu is an
Not
old
awake
cat who
fully? Yeah,
rambles.
I feel that.
We must go to the Bandar. There is a cavern deep within the litter. If memory serves, it ascends to the Bandar Gate. We will find the aqueduct. Silu. These sick, scarred, you see, we call them the stricken. After the Nahatan flu ravaged their bodies, the people of Elsweyr, they came to Srendar's cradle once for healing, but the king's vizier would have put our Adeptorium to the torch if he knew we harbored the sick. You should know the reason they hate us. They wish to burn our home because I cast them into Bandar's litter. Wait, Silu must speak to you. Before we go further, we must speak.
What is it?
The Bandar Gate lies beyond that door. The Stricken's leader as well, Vasby's true father. His love and sorrow has turned to hatred for me. Silu has no illusions. Death waits for this one through this passage, for the actions of his path. In the days of the flu, chaos reigned. Many came to Srendar's cradle seeking healing, but fear followed the illness. With so many of the ill huddled in our Adeptorium, the people saw it as a breeding ground for more sickness.
So what happened?
Sutabi, the king's vizier, marched on the Adeptorium and threatened us with torch and sword. If the sick remained in the cradle, he vowed to burn it to ash. So I ushered the sick and dying here to Bandar's litter and left them to die.
And the other adepts let you do that?
They had no choice. We had no choice. When you tend to the sick for as long as Silu has, you cannot help but grow detached. Callous, even. If I kept the sick with us, many healthy Khajiit would die. Khajiit, like Vasby.
What does Vasby have to do with all this?
Vasby's parents came to us, carrying her in swaddling clothes. They were both near death, or so I thought. But Vasby, their child, was healthy as the spring. What could this one do? Her parents had no chance, but she did. I took her in, raised her.
And now you put your life on the line to save her again.
Silu does not fear this death, if it will
Just
save Vasby. Before it happens, though, this one must ask. You now know the story of Srendar's cradle, of the sick left to die. When this one is gone, Vasby will have questions. What will you tell her? Silu thanks you, Walker. Choosing who lives and who dies weighs on the soul, but as a healer and a leader, I must make hard decisions. If Silu had to do it all over again, he would make the same choice.
Silajo, no! This is my fault. Srendar, forgive me.
Is he alive?
He breathes, but faintly. Vasby will take him back to the cradle. My hands won't stop shaking. The Striken's leader, Hulzar, wields horrible magic. He told me that the adepts took me from him, that they stole everything from him. Yes, he said he left me gifts so that I would not forget him. But seeing me grow closer to Silujo, closer to the Order, twisted his tail to the breaking point. He lured Vasby here to Banda's litter. Now he plans to burn the Adeptori. Please, Walker, if there is any way to spare Hulzar, have mercy. Vasby knows he is mad, but to lose two fathers at once. Threndar, help me. This one only needed saving because she disobeyed Silujo. This one knows. Hulza told me about how he and his wife, my mother, came to the cradle with a tiny Vasby in their arms. He described the long march to Bandar's litter and the cold, moonless nights that followed. How could it not be Vasby's fault? Had Hulza's wife not carried Vasby in her womb, they never would have come to Srenda's cradle. Had Vasby not sought to restore the water, Silujo...
Keep me from my vengeance! Come deep! I'm sorry.
You return. You return. Good.
Who's
Vasby
messaging
already
me on
loses
Discord,
much
man?
today. Silujo did not... Vasby could not... He is gone. His soul wanders the sands behind the stars now. The other adepts mourn for him as Vasby does, but they do not know the truth of his death or the cost of the water you restored. But you know, Vasby knows, and it may be too much for her to bear.
I'm DMing someone.
Vasby loved this place. She idolized Silojo and the other healers. She prayed to Srendar for the strength and wisdom to serve as well as those who came before. But Srendar's cradle is a lie. My dream is a lie. What is Vasby to do now? The people of Elsweyr think that the adepts of the cradle worked miracles to stave off the flu. Now I see that they only hid the sick in the wilderness to let them die. How can this one just ignore that? How can I dedicate my life to such a place? Yes, this one will stay. But I will not lie about what happened here. Silojo made an impossible choice, but the people deserve to hear the truth. Thank you, Walker. We only just met, but you are the close... Brothers, sisters, Vasby must speak about Silojo's passing. Before he passed, this one learned the truth of the stricken, of the role we healers played in their suffering. No longer. In Shrendar's name, we must go to Bandar's litter. We must help the stricken, and we must try to heal this age-old wound, for their sake and for ours.
All right.
A fellow wanderer on the path. Greetings. I'm Vastari. If you plan to explore the Ashen Scar, I'd advise caution. Some dark intention has this canyon in a vice grip. An inopportune time for a visit. Then again, perhaps we're meant to be here. An undead awakening, as intense as it is unstable. The corpses emerge in fits and starts for now. But I can sense more stirring below, hundreds more. If left Yes, maybe you can. I find myself having difficulty focusing. If the force that reanimates these corpses exerts pressure on the mind as well, that would be profoundly unsettling. I intend to search these ruins for answers. Will you join me?
Sure.
I'm glad to have your company. As I said, something about this place puts me ill at ease. Now, are you ready to proceed?
I remember you, Vastari. We worked together in Grotwood.
We did indeed. I recognized you, of course, but I find that reunions can get a bit awkward if one party doesn't recall the other. I'm glad I made an impression. You certainly did. I'd still be bumbling around Cold Harbor if not for you and Azura.
That's right. You serve the Daedric Prince Azura, right?
The very same. I find that title rather coarse, but ultimately, titles tell more about the speaker than they do about the subject. Wouldn't you agree? In these lands, she's called Azura, Queen of the Night Sky and Mother to all Khajiit.
Why do you work?
I'm glad to have you. Love. Yes, I always hate to see a rich tradition usurped by a flimsy one. But excellent. The Hidden Moon Temple stands at the very center of the Ashen Scar. The adepts who lived there vanished centuries ago, but the air still crackles with arcane energy, necromantic energy. But there's more. A malice that... By Azura, that sound! Wait! My friend, wait! Forgive me. I didn't expect to face such resistance.
Are you all right?
Yes, and no. It felt as though I was struck blind and deaf, save for the sound of a beating heart. I think something tried to drive me back, then relented and tried to claim me instead. Oh, there's an intention to it, a greed and a hunger.
What should we do?
You seem unaffected. Good. I can't go any farther. Not until I understand the nature of this event. Take these descrying stones and place them throughout the canyon. They'll allow me to perceive this threat from a distance. The 3 stones act in concert. Good. I sense, yes, some kind of wards infused into the architecture. They're weakened by the march of time. Someone tried to prevent this. Corruption here is just suffocating, like a dark fog rising from below, bidding the dead to serve. Excellent. My sight grows clearer. I see a maze of catacombs below. Undead rise there too. And something else. There's a concentration of dark energy in the exposed trees under the sky. Meet me there. The ore! Destroy it! Quickly!
Your pathetic magics are useless here, Witch of Azura. Flee while you can. The hour of my return has come.
Thank you for acting quickly, friend. The situation appears much worse than I thought. The being you just encountered, it was the shade of a dark lich, an undead Khajiit possessing unimaginable power. You just shattered one of his phylacteries. A focus, like an arcane vessel or container. Think of the stones I gave you earlier. Those contain a sliver of my essence, but nothing of what makes me who I am. Phylacteries contain much larger fragments of the soul. Powerful, but dangerous tools.
But I destroyed it.
You destroyed one, yes, and the shade simply taunted us. There must be others. If we're to have any hope of stopping this lich, we'll have to find and destroy all of them. A daunting... I admire your optimism, unfounded though it may be. Did you notice the body near the orb? He met his end recently. I intend to find out what he knows. Place this stone in the center of the room. It should ease... It will amplify my sense. It will take all my concentration to maintain the... Stand back. Mithralas Zelanfinal Queridanere.
Willem, you must listen.
Speak with him, quickly.
We do not have much time. This one feels his spirit slipping away. The dark lich, Arum Kal, has awakened. He rises like foul smoke from beneath the ashen scar. Arum Kal, the ancient defiler, the dark adept, destroyer of the hidden moon. If he regains his full power, death and horror will scour all the sands of Elsweyr. The orb, I tried to claim it for myself. It sent me to a realm of nightmares, where Arum Kal's spirit reigns as king. He tore my soul to pieces, then used the remnants to awaken his... No more! Release me, please!
Azura, have mercy on him. Well done. I had hoped to glean a bit more, but that name is enough. Arum Kal the Dromathra. A room called the Moonslayer. Mages whisper his name as they do that of the Worm King Manimako. Oh, I thought him long gone. Seems I was wrong. Whatever the Khajiiti spirit called Arum Kal the Dark Adept and the Ancient Defiler. Could Arum Kal's fate and the fate of the Hidden Moon Adepts be the former Yes, probably. I'm going to take a moment to make sure we didn't miss anything here. I'll meet you at the temple summit soon, unless you needed something. You've arrived. I sense there's a great deal to
You
uncover
know
here.
better than not which of Azura.
Greetings, Spirit. We've come in good faith.
Very well. Who is this youth who travels with you, I wonder? Come, child. Let old Maza Miri have a look at you. Trespasser or pilgrim? Both, I think. But you walk this path aimlessly, child. I am Mazamiri, clan mother of the Hidden Moon. Why are you here, I wonder? Too late for that. Our rewards flicker and fade. My children all lie dead. No one and nothing remains to stop Arunkal. We failed. I failed. Even if a champion emerged to wield the Moonlight Blade, the hour, Azura's Sword of the Faithful. Oof, how would you know it?
So, the Adepts acted as soul shepherds, ushering true souls to paradise and bent souls to this great darkness. Quite a task. So, the Adepts charged themselves with defending the liminal border between this world and oblivion, the lunar lattice, as they saw it. Gatekeepers of a sort. I see. The Hidden Moon Adepts practiced a form of necromancy here, pressing the souls of their corrupted king
Come
to
now,
service,
wanderer.
so that they might
If you
be
are not
redeemed.
afraid,
Fascinating.
do you see now, child? We servants of the Hidden Moon protected and guided the people's souls. Azura's twilight path, the path to how evil. Now for the story no teaching stone can tell. Arum Kal served our order for many years as our greatest champion. But as his power grew, so did his pride. In time, he renounced his faith in Azura and turned to the dark path, the way of the Dromatra. Many adepts fell under his sway, and the order collapsed into civil war. The battles sundered the temple and blighted the canyon below. He triumphed in the end, but Arum Kal would not die. He fled, seeking refuge in one of his orbs. We locked the orbs away, but now our wards grow brittle, and Arum Kal prepares to emerge once again. Only a warrior of the Hidden Moon can end this, and only with the powers of the Moonlight Blade. Make no mistake, child. Arum Kal's power and hatred have only grown since we first locked him away. The remnants of our order spent their waning years. It is more than a blade. It is a gateway, a path, a key, a sacred tool of our order, given to us by Azura herself. Only a handful of adepts have ever held them. I would worry if you didn't. Well, go on. Ask your questions, child. Arum Kal was one of my greatest pupils. Strong, very strong, and sharp as Boethra's tongue. Like you, he asked endless questions. Why, Mazamiri, why? Why? Why do we not aid more Dromatra? Why fear Namira if we bear Azura's blade? Why do we fear at all? My answers never... When the time came to select a new steward of the Moonlight Blade, Azura chose another to wield it. Shandori, his friend and rival. Arum Kal grew furious. He cursed Azura and swore revenge on the mother who's... Soon after, yes. The Dromatra approach, child. Will you dance to the song of the dark? Or will you close your ears?
There we go.
Well done, child. Well done. Come, the sword is just ahead. Behold, child, Shandori, guardian of the Moonlight Blade. Know that if you take the sword, you take an
Mazamiri.
oath to destroy Arum Kal as well.
The fateful moment is upon us.
It is, Shando.
So, Mazamiri's champion arrives at last. Then the battle is upon us. Azura be praised. I am Shandori of the Hidden Moon. Together, we will destroy the dark spirit of Arumka. The blade and I are one. Long ago, I turned away from the sands behind the stars, from paradise, and asked Azura to let me reside within this sword instead. Here, I will stay until Arum Kal has hissed his last. Patience. The blade has rested here for too long. My connection to Azura and the lunar lattice feels faint, weak. We cannot face Arumkal until we've restored. We should seek out this sword mender as soon as possible. Arumkal has spent centuries plotting this escape. If he regains his full strength, even the powers of the Moonlight Blade. Yes, it does my heart good to see her again. She was my teacher, and after Arumkal betrayed us, she became a dear friend as well. Mazamiris.
Brave Shandori will guide you now, child. But do not fear.
Oh, welcome back. I didn't gather up any...
Azura. You bring worthy allies to this battle, sword wielder.
And you've made a new friend, I see. Excellent. I didn't gather up any ancient spirits like you, but I did make a vital discovery. In studying the phylactery you destroyed, I identified 3 more orbs hidden deep within the temple catacombs. We should make destroying them a priority. The Moonlight Blade, eh? And I assume this spirit bound himself to the sword somehow. Fascinating. Azura's will resonates within that Moonlight Blade, but it's so faint, like a voice at the far end of a darkened hallway, or the other side of a stone door. That's it! This sword, Arumkal's phylacteries, they're not vessels, they're gateways. I told you before, Arumkal's phylactery felt different somehow. Cavernous. Now I see it wasn't a vessel. It was a gate to another realm. A realm of horror that he controls. This Moonlight Blade serves as a gate too, a door to the afterlife. Something about the enchantment. It's purposeful. Its strength seems tied to your new friend's will to serve. Fighting the undead with a sword near to hand might be enough to restore it. We'll need... The undead outside should provide the power you need. If you strike them down, I'm confident the sword and the spirit within will do the rest. You should share this with...
So, Arumkal's orbs lead to a shadow realm of some kind. In that case, it will soon sing with moonlight. Azura gave us this weapon to drive bent spirits back. Yes, sword wielder. And may Azura bless our... The ancient texts tell us that when we pass on, we rejoin our... Every dark spirit strengthens the blade's connection to the cross. The bridge lies beyond. Hunger. One day they will repent of their sins. Not today, though. So we banish them back to the void. Hidden Moon's song again. Take it to Azura's gate. We will speak further there.
We may have a problem. This gate won't...
Azura's gate. I had almost forgotten its beauty. No door bearing Azura's likeness is locked to the wielder of the Moonlight Blade. Once we enter the temple, we must look for Arum Kal's orbs. To destroy them, we must first defeat their protectors, Shades of Arum Kal. That task, they will try to flee back into the orb. But I will dance across the breach and destroy them on the other side before they escape. The power of the Moonlight Blade should
We go.
Witch of Azura, where will we find the Dark Adept's orbs?
His corrupt stench billows out of the northern vault, but darkness gathers to the east and west, too.
Then we strike east and west. Destroying those orbs should be...
I'll do what I can from here.
Come on. Star Weaver, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you. How are you guys? How's your stream? Thank you so much for the raid, guys. Hope all was well. Hope your stream was good. I don't think I have a mod in chat. Give me a second here. I don't think I have a mod in chat right now. Let's see here. Where are you playing? We're playing Elder Scrolls Online. What'd you get up to in Elder Scrolls Online? Questing, dungeons, or were you doing the Jubilee event? Tell me all the things. And looks like 3. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, guys. Here, I'll wait. I'll wait till the ad break is done. It's the first stream in a long time. I was doing the cake, of course. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the ad break to finish. Yeah, I did, I was just leveling up on a low character, nothing too much. Nice. Nice. Ads. Yeah. I'm just waiting for the ad break to finish. Rude. All right, now the ad break is finished. But yeah, well, that's cool that you were. Hopefully, everybody's back from the ads. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right, cool, awesome, sweet, awesome. Awesome. Yeah. But yeah, that's cool that you were doing the Jubilee event. I have not started it yet. Of course, this is my already well established character, of course. So, are you new to ESO? Or are you coming back to ESO? Like, did you take a break from ESO? Or, like, so you said that, this is your first stream back for like 3 tickets. It's worth it. Yeah, definitely worth it. Yeah. So is this your first stream back in, I know it's your first stream back in a while, but like, is this your first time back in ESO? I'm very curious. I've been waiting. Ah, nice. So you haven't played ESO, or you probably haven't done any of the new content then, right? I'm assuming. I've been in with ESO before Morrowind dropped. Ah, okay, so you're an OG. That's cool. I've got all the way up just before Gold Road. Ah, okay. That's cool.
Quiet now. Time to serve your penance.
I started playing right around before Morrowind dropped, like 2015-ish.
Well then, destroying the orbs diminished Arumkal's power, but I don't know for how long. You have to strike now.
Okay. I will strike now. I started playing ESO on console way back in the early days. 2015-ish was right around the time that I started playing. Got up to Somerset. Since I have a few accounts, I want the price to go down more. I've planning to do, yeah. Honestly, if the thing is, and that this is just my opinion.
Fury clouds my vision. I need to get closer. Don't wait for me. Destroy him.
Okay. All right, I will. Honestly, I felt like from what I heard, or from talking to others, right, who play and stream the game,
You always did underestimate me, Shando. Destroying me will not save you, brother. Another wields the Moonlight Blade. And they will share your fate soon enough.
I arrived too late. Damn. The veil is paper thin near the orc pen. Use the Moonlight Blade. It might allow you to widen the breach. You can still catch him if you act quickly.
Asura, upon all the spirits of my fallen kin, you followed. Asura be praised.
new Daedric Prince that's with the new DLC or the new expansion, the latest expansion. She looks gorgeous. I think she's probably one of the more well-made Daedric Princes.
I could save him. Now,
But seeing as how that she was never referenced in any other game, Skyrim, Oblivion, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Arena even, because those games take place after ESO. If you're going in chronological order, like it goes ESO, Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. The fact that I feel like they just kind of made something up just to kind of, I don't know. It's hard to describe. Now, look, I'm not denying that she has but that she's very beautiful. She's one of the more beautiful Daedric princes. But I feel like she was just placed upon us. Like, here you go, come up with something.
I know this.
But that's just my opinion. No one has to agree with it. But a lot of people were frustrated with Gold Road. But then again, a lot of people liked Gold Road. It was kind of like a split bag. Ah. What about you? What have you played Gold Road yet? Or do you have an opinion on it? Hello? Let me know your thoughts. Those are my thoughts on the whole thing. Oh. Owie. There. No. Geyer. Fool.
Well done, sword wielder. Come, we have little time.
You must not, witch. Arum Kal was his realm. Now it collapses.
No, I can find them.
A portal.
We haven't much time. Reach for me.
There, they emerge.
No, I lost Chandori. I am sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. I trained Shandor to face the dark. He will find his way. I am certain of it.
You return victorious. What a relief. From this side of the portal, I could only see white flames slashing through the shadows. Even so, I'm confident you sundered Arum Kal's spirit. I am sorry about Chandori. I just couldn't reach far enough.
Alright, is there a way to save him? No way to save him? Probably not.
There may be one way, though it's not without risk. Arum Kal's realm is one of absolute darkness. If I reach out for sparks of light, I may be able to gather enough to reconstitute Chandori's soul.
What's the risk?
Your friend's soul is so thoroughly shattered, I can't be sure that what I'm gathering is actually Chandori. Any sliver of spirit that's free of Arum Kal's corruption will come through as well. Summoning unknown spirits is not always wise.
Alright.
Of course I am. When I give you the signal, hold the moonlight blade aloft. I'll draw the spiritual fragments through the sword. Then stand in the ritual circle and raise the moonlight blade. I will do the rest. Light, come forth. Cast off your shadows and heed my call.
Shandori is whole. Azura shows me mercy. Shando, is that you? Yes, brother. It's time to go home. It's so dark. I can't. Come. I will show you the way.
My children, did you see them? Chandori never lost faith as I did. He did not give in to fear or doubt, even as the stones fell around us. Arum Kal, my boy. Be gentle, Kanathi. Be merciful, Azura. My children are coming home.
Aw.
So, Arum Kal wasn't beyond redemption after all. That's heartening. If a creature like the Dark Adept can rediscover the light, perhaps other lost souls
What
can do
happened
the
now?
same. I think I'll stay here a while.
All
The
right.
We may have sundered and redeemed a room call. It appears so, with our help, of course. You should be very proud, my friend. Bringing a person so thoroughly corrupted back to life is practically unheard of. My conjuring ritual drew every speck of light from our...
Time to go. Ribbon. Do you play any other games, Starweaver? I'm very curious what else you play besides ESO. And if you're looking, I don't want to call you out of lurk.
The Grandea is safe, and the Imperials are gone. Our lives can begin again.
It's happening again. I see a dragon.
Cadwell? Cadwell? What was that about a dragon? Ah, there you are. See to Cadwell, if you would. Then join us in the
Hello?
throne room for
Is someone there? I appear to be back in my head. Well, my other head. The other head. This is so confusing. Wait. Things are becoming clearer now. Yes, well, there you are. Oh, so good to see you again, my friend.
Edward, what did you see?
I saw that nasty orc necromancer, Zumog Foom. He really is a despicable fellow.
Oh no,
And there
I
was a
figured you were
dragon, a huge,
AFK.
powerful, eyes as big as a house dragon.
I asked
They
you,
called
do you
it
play any other games
Hard
besides
Dragon.
ESO?
Means champion of the bound time. How do I know these?
If so, what?
Well, yes, I did. Seems the ears are as connected to
They,
the
like,
eyes. They talked
what
about
piques
the
your
moon,
interest nowadays?
Something about an eclipse and the perfect
Or do you
time
just
to
play
use
ESO?
the gate. I remember something about that from when I was the betrayer, but the details are hazy.
Your memories of your life are returning.
My memory returns.
I have over
in
700 plus
drams,
keys. My goodness.
but I'm not
So there's a
sure
lot.
That's a good thing. If I remember anything helpful, though, I'll let you know. Where are
So
my
it kind of
guns?
varies
They're
between
waiting
games and
for you.
games. That's
Queen
fair.
Chimera has called another war council in the throne room.
All right. Do you know? That's just on Steam. Oh wow.
Not a clue, but I know one way to find out.
I have Epic and GOG too. GOG's good. My only issue with Epic, or at least this is what I've heard,
the archives were extremely helpful once I found
is
the
that I think you
appropriate
can't you can't gift stuff on Epic to friends or something like that. I'm like, where on Steam you can, which is very weird.
They apparently provided a weapon to use against the dragon.
Which is very weird.
This relates to the legends of
But I don't know. I don't use Epic. I just use Steam for my games.
But that sounds like the Dragonhorn.
Maybe you, since you
That
use Epic,
Dragonhorn
maybe
didn't survive, but
you
he
could
gave
probably
us the
shed some light on
Inequitable
that.
Dragonhorn.
So this alliance I reluctantly agreed to.
Or maybe you
before
can,
the
and I'm just not.
The
I'm just
Signet
being
Irregulars assisted, but your agent
silly.
did the important work.
A weapon from the Dragon Guard. Interesting. Come, Five Claw. I want to hear your report.
Okay.
Agreeing
GOG
to
is
an
good
alliance
though.
with Imperials.
There are a lot of
At least it appears this
games on
perfect
GOG
fellow
that I would
assisted you.
buy.
Tell me what happened out there, Five Claw. I want to hear it from you.
The assassins killed the Dragon Guard, but we acquired the Onekona Dragonhorn.
So that is the Dragonhorn. It is much smaller than I thought it would be, and it looks fragile. Sound it once and it will probably crumble to dust. What are we supposed to do with such a thing?
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Like, inventory! Damn it.
Only a
But I like Enshrouded, Last Epoch. Path of Exile is good. Neverwinter's good. New World. New World, Secret World Legends. There's a lot. Nice. Nice. Excuse me.
What do you...
Yeah, I have a few friends that played Enshrouded. It's a fun game. Dragon Rage ult, yep. Nice. I heard a lot of great things about Guild Wars 2. Yeah, I heard a lot of great things about Guild Wars 2. Heard a lot of things. Look, a lot of great things.
So, Euraxia hoped to appease the dragons by assassinating the last dragon guard of Elsweyr. He died, but at least you acquired the Anequina Dragonhorn and avenged his death. Now, if we only knew what to do with the damn thing.
I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. I just don't have the money right now to buy it.
I know how a horn works, Five Claw, but this is a relic of ancient magic. I do not want to damage it before we learn the true significance.
Hogwarts Legacy is good. I have a few friends that play it.
In the meantime, we have another matter to deal with.
Another matter?
Cadwell's visions strike more frequently now, with more urgency. Tarn believes Zumag Fum is close to reassembling Cadwell's dismembered body. I want you to stop him. The betrayer of legend, Abner Tarn, checks on Cadwell regularly. Find them and see if they can tell you where Zumag Fum hides. Meanwhile, I will consult with Gareshri. Review the Kunzari stories before we
Okay. Got them give. Oh, nice.
Hold, Varys! Don't you dare attach that foot to my ankle.
This is Cadwell's longest episode yet. Perhaps I can...
That's it! Time to give you knaves what for.
Bizarre visions. Dismembered bodies. I hate necromancy.
Who's there? Speak up! I'm about to teach these rapscallions a valuable lesson. And
Cadwell,
yes,
it's me.
I
What's going on?
Ah, jolly good. I could use a noble squire for the battle ahead. To battle him. Anyway, Zumog Fum has gathered the dismembered parts of the betrayer's body. I can't allow the necromancer to put me, back together.
Got it. Cadwell, what are you seeing? Where is Zumag Fum?
I'm not entirely certain. It's definitely a dark, menacing cavern. Just the sort of place necromancers enjoy hanging around. Oh, here now! Stop that! Your pardon, noble squire, but I have to go kick myself in the head.
Cadwell, wait.
I'm off to put a stop to these dastardly villains.
Tar, can you determine where Cadwell disappeared to?
Of all the foolish, idiotic, misguided things that Cadwell has ever done, this may be the worst of them all. He fancies himself a hero, but he's given Zumog Foom exactly what he needed.
What do you mean? Why does Zumog Foom need Cadwell?
I'm no expert on necromancy, but it's obvious that our Cadwell is the last piece Zumog Foom needs to restore the betrayer. He has all the parts of Cadwell's dismembered body, and now Cadwell has handed him the final component. His very essence.
Cadwell's essence? You mean his soul?
Does a soul shriven have a soul? I have no idea how the philosophy of oblivion accounts for such things, but there must be some kernel of the original Cadwell inside the one we know. It stands to reason. The necromancer would need that as well.
How do we help Cadwell? And we don't even know where he went.
I managed to scry Cadwell's portal before it winked out. It connected to an ancient crypt in the Scar, not far from the Stitches. Head there immediately. The rest of us will make preparations and join you as soon as we can.
I'll find Zumog Foom's lair in the Scar and meet you there.
Garishri and I will do what we can to uncover...
Okay. What? We...
View my wares without obligation.
Remnant is good, yeah. I don't really know how many games I have. Honesty. Oop. What profile on Steam? What? You were mentioning something about Remnant 2 and stuff, but then I don't know. And then I was like, what do you mean your profile on Steam would... Well, I know how many... I don't have that many games on Steam. On Steam, you go to your name. Huh? I'm confused. Are you talking about how many games I have? Or something? If you are...
You took your time. Let's talk.
If you are, then I can check real quick. I think I have... Hold on. Let me check real quick. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did say that. Well, let's check with that on that. I should. Let me see here. 107 games. That's how many I have. A lot of them I don't even play. But some of my favorites are Sky here. This is my gaming list. I obviously Elder Scrolls Online, Skyrim. Well, you can probably see them all here, but these are all the games that I own. Sea of Thieves, I tried to get into Sea of Thieves, but I was like, whatever. It was okay. It was okay. It was I don't know why I got this. I don't know. But yeah, that's how. But I have the Witcher franchise. I need to get back into that game. Unpacking was if you want a cozy game, Unpacking, it has a story behind it, but it's a good comforting story. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like going through the process of life, and unpacking your entire life as it folds before your eyes. It's a good game. It's a good cozy game. I highly recommend it. Hold on. How much is Unpacking? It's $20. So $20. It's really cheap. Like if you have the disposable income for it. So yeah, there it is. But yeah, 107 games. That's how many I have. And that's like all the games that I own, or at least some of them I play.
Oh well. Now that you're here, we can begin our investigation of the crypt.
All right, where are Zamorak and Prefect Kalo? I thought they were going to meet us here.
The adept and the prefect volunteered to scout ahead. They haven't returned. That means it's up to us. We must stop Zumog Foom from reanimating Cadwell the Betrayer.
All right, you think something happened to Zamorak and Kalo?
Something has prevented them from returning. I can only assume the necromancers or their undead have done them in. Where they were forestalled, we must prevail. Otherwise, Zumog Foom and the dragons get one step closer to fulfilling their plans.
All right, let's go. Yeah, so I don't have that many games. Yeah. You whispered me. Ah, okay. Well, thank you. Wait, what is this, my dude? Good sir. Ah, very good. I'll have a look at that. 789. My goodness. What the
Thorn, I'm afraid I bungled this one royally, old friend.
Tell me what happened.
I opened a portal, meant to put the villainous Zumog Foom to the sword. He got the better of me. The necromancer stole my essence, flung it to assorted ritual sites throughout the lair. Now I'm weak and my old body is being restored.
What about Zamorak and Prefect Kalo? Have you seen them?
The big cat and the Imperial. They arrived shortly after I did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fare much better. I'm not
I saw
sure
it, man.
what Zumog
Don't worry about it.
did with
I
them.
saw it.
I've just been standing here trying to recover enough strength to give it another go.
Hold on. Hold that thump.
Charge me up again? Capital idea, and I agree. We can't let the betrayer join the dragons. That reminds me of it.
Yeah, yeah, I did see that. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that. Don't worry about it, man. I did see that. Which quest is this? Is in Elsweyr. This is which one is this one? Cadwell the Betrayer. So this is the yeah, this is the closing moments of the main quest.
You left us to die, Kalo.
Our blood is on your hands.
Too late, I already did.
That glowing cloud. It's holding this ritual together.
How refreshing. Let's find the rest of it and put it back where it belongs.
Yeah, so this is Cadwell the Betrayer in the Elsweyr DLC. Can't read any of these books? Well, that's no
You were
good.
never strong enough, Zamorak. I died because you were weak.
Praying to the moons won't save you.
Interloper. Just more fuel for the ritual.
Zamorak failed.
Ah, welcome back, little Ennis.
Zamorak always fails the ones who count on him the most. Careful, Walker. You do not know the burden that Zamorak carries. How dare you say... No. No, you are right to chide Zamorak. This one let the necromancers wield his guilt against him. Never again. The scent of death and decay is stronger through that door. Go. Stop Zumog Fum. Zamorak will catch you.
Okay.
You're a senile old fool, half-brother. How could you be so reckless? The dragons are your fault.
Your path will destroy you and mine.
Get rid of that damn cloud! Oh, that hits the spot. Did you know?
Zumog Fum is stronger than I anticipated. Or perhaps my powers have degraded more than I realized. Either way, you arrived just in time. If I had to listen to my half-sister prattle on for an instant longer, I would have chewed my own arm off.
How did you wind up as part of the portal?
Believe me,
Or ritual?
it wasn't my intent when I opened the portal. Fum used a siphoning ward of some sort. It redirected my spell and trapped me in that cloud of energy. They're using... I really have no idea. Perhaps it was an echo pulled from my deepest, most morose memories. Perhaps not.
Okay.
Five Claw. This one doesn't have much time. Nalado should not be here. This one should be prowling the sand behind the stars and preparing for the next pounce, not lingering in this fetid tomb.
Why are you here, Alado?
Zumog Fum called Nalado back. He planned to use her in a foul ritual, but dead or no, Naladol is still a soldier. His follower never stood a chance. This one sensed something. Decided to wait here a little longer.
The ritual was using Cadwell's energy. Happened to it.
Naladol thought the cloud of energy reminded her of the strange knight adorned in cookware. This one thinks she absorbed the energy when she killed the necromancer and disrupted this part of the ritual.
And you return the energy. Cadwell. No.
Return it? Perhaps, though that will certainly shred this spirit form. No matter. Naladol no longer belongs in this realm. Tell Queen Carmira and Garashri that Naladol says farewell.
Aw.
Now, prepare yourself, strange knight. This belongs to you.
Rest easy, Naladol.
You really think you can stop me? Neither you nor that bumbling corpse stand a chance.
No, I'm barely 1/4 without my
Two of you can't exist in the same reality, soul shriven. The stronger the betrayer becomes, the weaker you will grow. Let the essence of death flow free!
What is happening? I know, right? It's fine on my end, but I think the game is like... Oh, God. I think the game is like struggling a little bit here.
I'm fading away. Oh, jolly good shell. Of course I planned to deal with the orc myself once my reanimation was complete. Now that I'm whole, I have a destiny to fulfill. So, cheerio.
Asshole.
I always heard that introspection could be difficult, but meeting yourself. No one likes to discover that they were a tallow catch. Try not to hold it against me. Him and me were two sides of a dented coin.
What's wrong with you?
I don't think the world can handle more than one Cadwell at a time. My essence, I feel it draining away. Strange as the end approaches, so does clarity. You will try to stop him for me, won't you?
What's the betrayer planning to do?
Finish what I started a long, long time ago. I remember how we stopped the dragons. Kunzari and we tricked Count Grontes, used his own ambition against him, convinced him to place a portion of his power in Jode's core.
How did that stop the dragons?
Count Grontes ordered his brothers to follow suit. Once weakened, we were able to trap them in the halls of Colossus. Then the betrayer, then I killed Kunzari. I earned that name. I planned to steal the power, but Anequina's adepts...
Stay with me, Cadwell.
I'm still here. Chimera. She looks like Anequina. So pretty. An Equina possessed a key to a special place. That's where I learned to use portal. Luckily, they cut off my head and dismembered me before I could reach Jode's core. I guess you have to chop him up again. Tell Chimera she has the key, and look after the honor of the good city.
Wow.
An Equina was a moon priest. Could that be the key to using the dragon horn?
The same notion occurred to me, Queen Chimera.
Wait, here comes Tarn and the others. I am happy to see you and the others, Five Claw, and I'm eager to hear what happened. Wait, where is Cadwell?
Cadwell faded away. We stopped Zumok Fum, but not before he reanimated the betrayer.
That does not bode well. The betrayer of Kunzari was a great hero who became a terrible villain. It took all the remaining champions and the moon priests of Anequina to stop him. But how does the betrayer's return help the dragons?
Cadwell began to remember. He said the betrayer seeks a special place to find Joe's core.
A special place? That does not give us a lot of information to go on, Five Claw. Did Cadwell tell you anything else before he disappeared?
He talked about Anequina and the dragon's imprisonment. He said you possess the key.
The ancient legends. I have been studying them. They mention Jode's core, a vault of some kind. Kunzari tricked the demons into storing their power there, though now we know that the demons were dragons. A metaphor, yes? As for a key...
Do you know what Cadwell was talking about?
Everyone, meet in the royal study.
Royal.
I have something to show you. Cadwell spoke of Anequina, one of Kunzari's champions. He mentioned a key. I think he meant my pendant.
Zamorak remembers. Your mother wore it before you. Does it have more than sentimental significance?
It hides me from magical detection. Mother would take my pendant in her hand and whisper, "When Kunzari smiled, Anequina asked the moons to move for him."
The Shadow Dance Temple ruins. Is that where the betrayer has gone?
I discovered as a young girl that the pendant and this ancient map interact in interesting ways. I learned the stories of Kunzari from my mother. Did I tell you she was a moon singer before she married my father? She said the pendant once belonged to Anequina. I am related to Anequina. Direct descendant, according to the moon priests.
The location indicated on the map. What is that place? As if I had ventured to guess.
An ancient ruin. The place was once the Shadow Dance Temple, but now it is nothing but tumbled stones. Still, Cadwell indicated the pendant was the key to finding the betrayer. What else do we have to go on?
You said your mother told you that Anequina could make the moons move for Kunzari.
Yes, from Kunzari's story. He tricked the demons into giving him their power. Then Anequina moved the moons so he could store the power in Jode's core for safekeeping. Of course, now we know the demons of the story were actually the dragons.
Could that be what Cadwell was talking about? Tell me the rest of the story.
In their weakened state, Kunzari was able
Gotta
to
run.
trick the
All right.
dragons
Thank you so
and
much for the
trap
raid,
them in
man.
the halls of Colossus.
Thank you so much for raid,
But one of
Star
his
Weaver.
companions
Appreciate
betrayed
you.
him, stabbed him in the back and went
And I will.
to the place of the dark dance to steal the demon power.
Thank you so much for the raid.
I think you are right, Five Claw. The betrayer must want to finish what he started in the ancient time. But the dragons also want that power. Are they working together? Either way, as we saw on the map, the route...
Okay.
We need to send your Cygnus irregulars to the Moongate, Prefect Kalo.
Agreed. We've been practicing in anticipation of joining forces for more than a year.
A year?
It is time for this one to share lore about Alcor, the dragon king.
Chimera's waiting for you inside. If the dragon circling overhead spots us, I'll try to drive it off.
Zamorak will assist.
Yes, I'm sure your fists will make all the difference.
Bruh.
If there is more to this ancient temple, I do not see a way to access it. This is the right place. I can sense it. But nothing in this chamber, and Riddlethar knows I have tried everything I can think of. I held it out, I presented it forcefully, I even shook it vigorously, but nothing happened. I do not know what else to do.
I do not know what else to do. You said your mother would sometimes hold it, tell stories. Said.
My memories and the Kunzari stories, everything jumbles together. Too much research has crowded my mind. Wait, maybe... I remember one thing Mother used to say. Maybe if I repeat her words while I hold the pendant.
Couldn't hurt to give it a try.
When Anequina's blood calls, the shadow dance begins.
By the moons, you opened the path.
You go ahead. Zamorak and I will deal with the dragon outside. Somehow.
Moons watch over you. Come, Fiveclaw. Let us see where this leads.
Okay.
Beautiful. Why was this hidden for so long?
And I could probably think of one reason.
This place has guardians, it seems. But they could not stop the betrayer.
Guy here.
That relic. See what you can make of it, Five Claw. The spirits awakened. The temple recognized me. I am becoming attuned. That relic. It is connected to the lunar lattice. When you touched it, something spoke to me. I am becoming attuned. Help me find the remaining lattice relics and complete my attunement. It is the only way to stop the betrayer and the dragons.
Okay.
The moon priests that served this temple, they were attuned to the lattice and the hidden paths. They could move the moons and dance through the shadows. The betrayer was attuned in the ancient past. I think that is why Cadwell can use portals. The temple, the lattice, they recognized Anequina's blood and sang to me. You must listen.
Die along the way. What of it?
You're insane.
You talk to your new god like that? Manners!
Another temple relic. Activate it for me, Five Claw. The temple relic, Five Claw. Activate it so the process of attunement can continue. The temple showed us the ancient past. After the betrayer killed Kudzari and came to this holy place, he killed the moon priest to force his attunement. The voices of Joan and Jode grow dim. Activate the... I need to do this properly. When Anequina performs somewhere ahead of us. I understand. Moving the moons causes an eclipse. That opens the way to Jode's core.
All right.
It's almost a shame how Anequina's faithful keep throwing themselves at my blade. Almost.
Temple relic. There it is. Activate it, please. Now, we need to reach the temple sanctuary. Let us talk before we confront the betrayal. The ancient memories become clearer in my mind with every passing moment. We follow the same path as the heroes of legend. Kunzari, Anequina, the betrayer, they all walked these steps to reach Jode's core.
I mean, everything the attuned memories have shown you.
I see the truth of the myths and legends. Kunzari tricked Calgrontiid into storing the might of the dragons in Jode's core. Then, the heroes of the Krajund lured them into the halls of Colossus and sealed the doors.
Right, then the betrayer stabbed Kunzari in the back.
Yes, he murdered Kunzari and then came to this temple to gain the power to move the moons and open the way to Jode's core. You see, the path only appears at the moon gate of Anequina when the moons are aligned, as in an eclipse. True, but many died before they lopped off his head. The betrayer was the greatest warrior of his day. If it comes to a battle, it will not be an easy one. There is an apparatus in the sanctuary, linked to the larger... We are about to enter the place where the betrayer faced his greatest failure. Where he died at the hands of the remaining heroes and moon priests. We must make sure history repeats the shade of it.
Too late! Fool! The eclipse has not ended. I'm going to share the power with the dragons. Magnanimous! Chew on these lovely keepsakes, don't
Something is wrong. I cannot stop the eclipse. The betrayer did something to the apparatus. The moons cannot hear my plea. No. The betrayer has set the moons in motion, and they will not answer to my song. There is nothing to stop the dragons from using the moon gate of Anequina to... Not yet. This apparatus moves the moons, but the moon gate of Anequina creates the portal to Jode's core. Luckily, I sent forces there to defend it from the dragons. We will join them. But first, the memories tell me we have one more task. Anequina's memories show me how she once used the dragon horn. The combat dragon horn you gave me. It needs to be energized, have its power restored. Activate the nearby temple relic, and I will charge... Anequina, Cadwell, John and Jode. All of it into the dragon horn.
A dip in cold hard is refreshing, pleasant, and I'm fit as a fig tree. Now, where's the evil me? Where is the fiend? Let me at him. I returned as soon as I could to help you give the betrayer a good thrashing. I feel tip-top, I must say. I thought it was the cozy confines of my beloved Cold Harbor, but I suppose it has more to do with the destruction of my other half. Well, good show. The world is safe. That doesn't sound good. Let me think. If I concentrate, I can recall what was going through my despicable other self's mind. He wanted to make sure no one could stop the path from opening. He promised the dragons. I'm afraid not, at least not from here. He did something to the apparatus. It can't be used again. Chimera might be able to separate the moons, but she'd need to do it at the moon gate. She looks a little peaked, though, doesn't she?
I am all right. Cadwell, can we use your portal to return to Rimmon?
Of course, Chimera. It's ready.
The eclipse approaches, and with it the opening of the moon gate of Anequina. We have a short amount of time before the way to Jode's core appears. At least I am attuned, and I was able to charge the Dragonhorn. Gareshri has already gone to the moon gate of Anequina to take charge of the forces there. We will join him shortly. Thank you for helping. We stopped the betrayer, but not before he set the moons in motion. Soon they will align. When the eclipse occurs, the moon gate of Anequina will open and grant access. Some, but the combat dragon. Our companions left the palace to wander Rimmon and consider what is to come. Find Abner Tarn, Zamorak, and Prefect Kalo. I can only tell you what I experienced. I became one with the temple, with all its memories and past experiences. I connected with my bloodline, with the first Anequina herself. I underwent the process of attunement. Some of the stories about Anequina speak of her teleporting from place to place. I see something about portals, but it does not make much sense. Perhaps when I have had a thought, the ancient structure rises out of the jungle far to the southwest. To think...
Quiet moments to meditate have been rare since Zamorak returned to Elsweyr. This one needed some time alone, especially after helping Tharn with the dragon at the Shadow Dance ruins. But you look like one who has important news, my friend.
Chimera wants us to gather at the moon gate of Anequina.
Zamorak suspected that would be our next destination. This one noticed that the moons have shifted in the sky, moving in a way that breaks their usual pattern. The betrayer's doing, yes?
Mm-hmm.
At least you and Queen Chimera returned from the ruins.
The betrayer set the moons to eclipse, but we killed them, and Chimera is now attuned to the lattice.
Then we still have a chance. Zamorak has pledged his honor to Queen Chimera. He will not break that vow. This one has a purpose again, and will see it through, no matter the cost.
Alright, I'll see you at the moon gate.
Queen Chimera, attuned to the lunar lattice, about what you would expect. Tharn used flashy spells to confuse the dragon, until it finally gave up and flew away. Then, we encountered a squad of Euraxians led by a necromancer. Those Zamorak dispatched. It was the least this one could do.
Okay.
Hello, come to partake in a before-the-battle cleansing? I find it prudent to make myself pristine prior to the start of a slaughter. In my experience, the subsequent blood and gore adheres much better to a well-laundered body.
Chimera wants us to gather at the moon gate of Anequina.
The moon gate? I hope to wash away the memories of the betrayer, and some stenches can't be removed with soap and water. I'm sorry I made the moons move, my friend. Sorry I helped the dragons.
That was the betrayer, Cadwell, not you.
But before I became the gallantly gaunt, soul-shriven form you see today, I was the betrayer. I originally did all the terrible deeds that led us to this place. I'm rather ashamed. Dash it all.
So help us fix this, Cadwell. Help us stop the dragons and from reaching Jode's core.
Yes, of course. That was my plan all along. Make up for my past atrocities by helping the nice cat people defeat
Someone's getting in
evil
trouble.
dragons, just like the hero I was before I became the betrayer. Tally-ho, then. I'll head. As nice as these facilities are, I miss the boiling plasm pools of Cold Harbor. Hot enough to melt the skin right off your bones. What an invigorating sensation.
All right.
And your point?
Wine used to rejuvenate me after periods of intense exertion and spellcasting. Now I can barely taste the stuff. A good thing, too. Khajiiti wine is cloyingly sweet, like drinking candied plums boiled in moon sugar. I presume you have news?
Chimera wants us to gather at the Moon Gate of Anaquina.
The Moon Gate? A noble but futile proposition, I fear. The Khajiit should pack up and flee while they still can. Let the Alliance armies deal with this. Show them some fights are more important than deciding whose posterior best fits the ruby throne.
Are you suggesting give up, Abner?
No. Just pondering other options. Too much of what we're facing was the inadvertent result of my actions or the actions of my family. Dragons, Euraxians, necromancers. The responsibility falls to me, and balance must be restored. Would you stand a chance otherwise? Without my arcane and strategic insights, anything you try is destined to fail. I won't have that on my conscience. Now, allow me to finish this sickeningly... By the way, I believe I understand the purpose of the Dragonhorn. After much consideration, the use and function of the ancient instrument has become clear. The Dragon Guard were clever, I'll say that. Theoretical knowledge isn't the same as practical experience, but I believe I understand the fundamentals of its operation. The Dragon Guard prepared a horn taken from a massive dragon and engraved it with arcane runes, giving it astonishing power. Oh yes, I'm fairly certain of that. And I found historical references indicating the Dragon Guard gifted such relics to key locations. We have neither the time nor resources. One problem...
The quiet moments between battles. I like to spend the time catching up in my reading. History, military strategy, recipe books. My secret pleasure is a good mystery, though. And the new Investigator Veil is a real page-turner.
Okay.
I've been waiting for the order to move out. I sent most of the Cygnus irregulars on ahead with Gareshri, but a small contingent remained here in case our earlier guess was wrong. I assume events in the ruins confirmed our theory?
Yep.
Understood. We need to defend the Moon Gate and stop the dragons from using it when it opens. Keep them from reaching Jode. Queen Euraxia's tyranny made the Khajiit...
Alright.
The moons praise you for what you did at Moonmont Hollow.
Okay, so it's... Huh. Well, that'll give you an opportunity to finish off this quest then. Things work in mysterious ways.
Could you please stop stomping around like that? My head is pounding enough as it is. Shore's bones. We never should. Rachin sugar cakes. Our manager, Bacargo, tried to warn us about them, but what kind? Ah, Rigot. The last time I felt this bad was when I tried to beat him in a mead drinking contest. We don't want to let him down. But we can hardly stand, let alone give a performance worthy of the Screaming Mammoths. He needs someone to play, but that someone doesn't need to be the Screaming Mammoths. Take our instruments and sing the song yourself.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this is probably not going to end well.
Welcome back, Fred. The Screaming Mammoths let you touch their instruments? Rigert can... Rigert... Oh, your eyes shine like glowing mushrooms in glomerate.
Oh, this is going swimmingly.
And you're the Yaza mountain gods who fed feet. We should meet to drink mead and eat wolf meat.
Why are you singing to my house cat Luna?
Lady Isa? Rigert has a logical explanation. You have great influence with the Khajiit, so Rigert wanted to impress you with his song. But first, he had to practice on your cat, because he's like a tiny you.
It's difficult to imagine anything sadder than a confused Nord clutching a lute. Lady Isa is going to pretend that Ambassador Rieger did not just confuse her with a house cat.
We apologize, Lady Isa. We only wanted to impress you.
Your friend is the one who should apologize. His attempts at diplomacy have already offended Jews to and sickened Al-Sadak. Fortunately for you, Lady Isa is convinced that Ambassador Riegert's intent is pure. She even brought him a peace offering.
You brought him a peace offering. You brought a peace offering for Rigert.
Riegert must be rewarded for his comical yet well-intentioned mission to improve relations between the Nords and Khajiit. Lady Isa brought an honorary collar and bell. He will wear it everywhere in Elsweyr, so we can always know when he is near.
All right, do you usually reward people with collars and bells?
No, but we can all see that Ambassador Riegert is very special. This one presents him with this dignified and stylish reward.
All right, fine.
Lady Isa is a coloran. This song is dedicated to Rigert's favorite diplomatic assistant, and Lady Isa, and that house cat, and increased peace between the Nords and Khajiit. Oh yeah, and me!
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Excuse me. Open sesame.
Everyone has arrived. Report to Prefect Kalo 5 Claw.
An eclipse
I
is an
confirm
eerie
Queen.
sight, but the moons come together and the sky grows dark. Ominous, isn't it? Strangely beautiful. Where are the dragons, though? And the remaining Euraxians? I assume as ready as we can be. The Khajiit militia and the Cygnus Irregulars have taken defensive positions along the path up to the Moongate, and whatever siege weapons we could get our hands on are set to repel the... Not a chance. We only hope to slow them enough to give Tharn and Chimera the time they need to stop the Moongate from opening, or find a way to shut it if all else fails. If the dragons don't reach Jode's core, we win. Wait, what's that noise? Dragons! I'll take charge down here.
Zamorak will go with you.
Get time for reckless audacity and daring do.
Euraxians. The wall has been breached. Here they come. Prepare yourself. More soldiers. Take them down. The path is clear. We need to reach Queen Chimera. Shri, no! Stay with me, old master. Garesh Ree still breathes, but his injuries are serious. He needs a healer. In the meantime, Zamorak knows what he must do. With Garesh Ree injured, someone else must take command of this position. Make sure the Euraxians and the dragons encounter enough resistance to slow them down. Yes, my friend. This is Zamorak's chance to finally atone for his past mistakes. Wait, what is this? The dragon horn. This one doesn't know why Garesh Ree was carrying this. But you must take it and reach the Moongate. Queen, go. Now, Five Claw.
see how the moons align with the ancient gate. The lattice opens a path to Jode's core. But how did you get the dragon horn? Where's Gareshri? And why are the sounds of battle so close? Did the Euraxians overrun our defenses?
Gareshri was injured in the Dragon's Priest walls, allowing the Euraxians to pour in.
Gareshri? Hurt? And the Euraxians behind our defenses? This is not good. Not good at all. Well, we still have the dragon horn. At least until the power runs out, or the fragile relic falls apart. Ah, the power, yes. But not the knowledge and experience. I will continue to try to move the moons and close the gate. But you will need to keep the Euraxians from...
Chance.
No, Five, not yet! Through the portal, both of you, and bring the dragon horn.
Chimera, wait!
Five Claw, we stand on the sacred plane of Jode. The dragons went down into the processional. They seek to breach Jode's core. From the memories I absorbed at the Shadow Dance Temple, Anequina and the Moon Priests came here to honor the moons and set them on their way after their sacred joining. Here, on the plane of Jode, the memories become clearer with every passing moment. Kunzari was able to use Calgronti's own greed against him. The dragon sought the power of Jode's core from the beginning, but Kunzari offered him even more. He offered a way to combine the natural power of Jode's core with the mystic might of his loyal dragons. Calgronti's greed was his undoing.
Mulamnir, the vermin still pester us. Devour them. As you say, my brother.
Hello, Mulan Mir. Oh god. Ow. How rude. Ow.
Avoid Mulamnir as best you can.
There we go. Goodbye.
Jode's core is close. I can feel it.
Mulamnir, Calgronteed, and Jode's core. Are you ready for this, Chimera? Calgronteed is absorbing Jode's core. As long as the moons remain aligned, the power flowing through him is unimaginable.
Get me to that platform, Tarn. I can separate the moons using the others. You must deal with Mulamnir Fiveclaw. I will divert whatever energy I can into the Dragonhorn, but use it sparingly.
You amuse
out will kill you!
Sus!
Quickly! Sound the dragon horn!
You have made me angry, pest.
finish the ritual. Joan and Jode, hear me.
The power, it belongs to me.
Separate and resume your eternal dance. Now, Five Claw, sound the horn!
You did it, Chimera. You ended the eclipse. But that means...
The moon gate has closed. We are trapped, yes. But Mulamnir is dead, and Calgrontit has been defeated.
Oh, hello! You always find things in the last place you know.
Calgronti. I'm actually pleased to see you, Cadwell. Come, Chimera. Your people await their queen.
Thank you, my friends, for everything.
Queen Chimera, have you been injured?
I am fine, just tired. But look, the moons are no longer aligned. Tell me about the dragons, the Euraxians. What is the state of our forces?
Our scouts tell us that most of the Euraxians and dragons fled when the moons parted. Our own troops have not returned, but the Main has sent an envoy.
An envoy from the Main? If you'll excuse me, I have other business to attend to.
We did it, Five Claw! We put the moons back in motion and defeated both Mulamnir and Calgrontit. I want to thank you for everything. Elsweyr is safer today because of you.
How did you finally figure out how to move moons, Chimera?
Just being on the plane of Jode clarified the memories I inherited at the Shadow Dance Temple. I saw the ritual in my mind and performed the actions. Oh, too bad the Dragonhorn did not survive. At least it lasted long enough to banish Calgrontit.
Are we really sure that we defeated Calgrontit? He seemed extremely powerful at the end.
He did grow larger with every infusion of power he absorbed, but the horn dislodged him from Jode's core, which allowed me to finish the ritual and end the eclipse. After that... a concern for another day, yes?
Why did the Main send an envoy?
I cannot be named queen without the Main's blessing. That, however, is my worry. For now, you should rest. We must honor our fallen and learn the fate of our troops at the Moongate. And after that, we will celebrate a new dawn for... We have accomplished much, my friend. We overthrew the tyrant, Euraxia Tarn, defeated Zumog Foom and the Betrayer, even killed at least 2 dragons and made the moons move in the sky. If only I could shake this sense of impending doom.
What kind of impending doom are we talking about?
Nothing specific. Not really. I guess this sense of worry will stay with me until I know the fate of Gareshri, Zamarak, even Prefect Kalo. I would return to the Moongate, but other matters require my attention. That is just it. I have no idea. Moons. My head pounds. The effort I exerted at Jode's core was not without a cost. Five Claw, could I convince you to determine the fate of my soldiers and our friends?
I'll find out what happened to our companions and the soldiers of the Moongate.
I appreciate your assistance, my friend. Find out what happened to Gareshri and the others. Far from it. But without Calgrontit and Mulamnir to lead them, they are solitary beasts without a grand plan. Colossal, dangerous beasts to be sure, but not the overwhelming force they were under their dragon leaders. There is little difference between...
Alright.
It's good to see you, Five Claw. We only just returned and I have yet to report to the Queen. Chimera is alright, isn't she? We saw the moons move and the eclipse end, but we haven't heard what happened after you entered the Moon Gate.
Chimera is fine. As a matter of fact, she sent me to find out what happened to you.
After I was caught in that dragon blast, Zamorak tended to my wounds and took command of the soldiers defending the upper ridge. I'm sorry to say that I was in and out of consciousness for most of what happened next.
So you don't know how the battle ended?
I know that I am still alive and grateful to be back in Rimmen. It's a miracle, thank the moons, that the city is free once more. If you want to know what really occurred at the Moon Gate, you'll need to ask Zamorak and Prefect Kelo.
Rangers, do you need to see a healer?
There are those among the troops who need the healers more than I. But perhaps a few hours in the soothing springs will restore my strength. I'll need it too. I have much to do to help Chimera restore Iniquity.
Zamorak is happy to see you, friend. After the dragons entered the Moon Gate and you followed, this one worried that all was lost. But then, the moons parted, and suddenly everything seemed all right.
Chimera sent me to find out what happened to you and the others.
Just what you would expect. We held our ground against the swarming Uraxians and their necromancers, repelled the dragons as best we could. This one let the desert wind flow through his limbs and claws, while our soldiers rallied to his side. Between the Khajiiti militia and the Cygnus irregulars, we held them off. When the moons separated, the Uraxians broke off their attack and scattered to the four winds. The remainder will be a nuisance, but they pose no threat to the kingdom.
What about the dragons?
Zamorak doesn't know for certain. We faced mostly the Uraxians on the upper ridge. Prefect Kelo commanded the ballisti, so he could tell you more. This one does know that when the moons began to separate, the dragons roared in rage and flew away. Zamorak hopes to serve as Queen Chimera's claw and defend the throne as he was trained to do. If she will not have me, well, Gareshri has many plans for improving life in Elsweyr. This one would be happy to help in any way.
Okay.
Oh, it's you. Good to see you're still among the living. I suppose you had a hand in getting the moons to finally pull apart? Hang on, I need to finish my report. I find that it's best to write it all down while it's still fresh in my mind.
This is very true. That's what brought me here. Chimera wants to know what happened after we...
It's all in my report. Our troops held their ground and fought bravely. We lost many good soldiers, Khajiiti and Imperial, but we did our duty. We slaughtered Uraxians by the score and kept the dragons at bay until the moons broke apart.
The ending of the eclipse was... Apparently I can't speak today. The ending of the eclipse was significant.
It was crucial to our survival. When the moons separated, the dragons broke ranks. They seemed to lose their drive, their purpose. They stopped attacking and flew off. Not a moment too soon. We had exhausted both our strength and our ammunition.
What did the Uraxians do then?
The ones that survived Zamorak's charge lost what remained of their courage when the dragons abandoned the field of battle. They scattered like sand roaches and ran in all directions. I doubt they'll give the militia too much trouble going forward.
So what will you do now? What will you and the Cygnus irregulars do now?
We still have a lot to do to heal the scars left by Euraxia and her mercenaries. I'll offer our services to Queen Chimera and Lord Gareshri. Let them use us where we'll do the most good.
So you'll help defend Elsweyr?
If that's what they need. But the Cygnus irregulars are mostly military engineers, scouts, and trainers. We have a lot more to offer a kingdom that needs to be rebuilt than just blades and shields. That was our original mission, to help Elsweyr.
Fair enough.
Outsider, this one must speak with you. This one never expected to set foot in the capital of Nequina again. She hoped the militia would succeed, but she didn't believe they stood a chance against the usurper queen. Kashia understands you played a significant role in these events, yes?
I helped overthrow Euraxia, defeat the betrayer, and stop the dragons on the plain. Jode.
Such wonders you have accomplished, and to have touched the face of blessed Jode. This one is in awe. Despite all that, the Main has sent me to determine what happens next. Where is Lord Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main?
Gareshri returned the battle and went to see healers. You mean what happens next?
The healers? This one hopes the Speaker wasn't gravely injured. As for your question, we must settle the matter of Enequina's succession. Kashia must determine if Kamira is the legitimate heir to the throne, and if so, recognize her claim.
She's the only surviving daughter of King Hamakar. Does that make her queen? Oh,
Certainly, but
Okay.
anyone can make such a claim. To be accepted by the Khajiiti, she must be recognized by the Main. With Gareshri indisposed, will you stand with Kamira and vouch for her heritage? If so, please tell her I am ready to meet with her.
I'll go meet Kamira and let her know.
Before you return to Kamira's side, this one requests an additional favor. The Main gave Kashia a sealed letter for Abner Tharn, but he refuses to see me. I understand that you and he share a special bond. Perhaps
I can deliver the letter.
the specifics concern the Tharn alone, but this one believes it deals with the artificial eclipse and its impact on Khajiiti society. The moons hold great sway over the Khajiit born under them. What does this? No matter what caused the eclipse, Joan and Jode joined as one. When this occurs naturally, one born then may become the next Main. But during a false eclipse, succession becomes a concern. The Main hopes Tharn can explain the arcane implications. The Main cannot be everywhere.
Okie dokie, where is Tharn?
Abner, you simply must stay for the ceremony. It's not every day we get to see a lovely cat receive a crown.
Nonsense. And don't call me Abner. Besides, I think I've overstayed my welcome as far as Kamira is concerned. You and Cadwell, the two of you just can't leave well enough alone. No one was supposed to notice as I slipped out of Rimmen. Of course, very little has gone according to plan since the Wrathstone tablets set me on this path.
You're leaving, Tharn?
I am neither sentimental nor enamored of pomp and circumstance. My time in Elsweyr has shown me that I have limits. I am not the battle mage I was in my younger days. Besides, I hate parties. Small talk, speeches, canapes, totally unbearable.
Don't you want to be there when Kamira is crowned queen?
I watched firsthand as a remarkable young woman became a leader. She's already a queen. Everything else is simply ceremony. I've lingered here long enough. You were an able enough traveling companion. I may call on you again sometime.
I have a letter for you, actually. It's from the Main.
An intriguing question. Are Khajiit born under a forced eclipse next in line for the Main? But this other bit confirms my suspicions. I must travel to Palatine at once. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Until then,
good luck, Tharn.
We accomplished much, but we saw no body, and there's no reason to suppose Calgrontiid couldn't escape from Jode just as we did. He absorbed a remarkable amount of energy while the moons were aligned, after all. I'll send for you if...
Quite nicely.
Nevertheless, this one has asked the Outlander to stand beside Kamira, should I decide to give the Main his blessing.
Gareshri told me you found them. He filled me in on what happened during the battle at the Moon Gate. Dragons and necromancers, I understand. But politics and coronations, they twist my tail and their regalia. It pinches. Moons, I miss my leathers.
Having second thoughts upon becoming Queen of Enequina?
I am having many thoughts, but I know what I must do. Like Anequina and my other ancestors before me, I must stand tall and accept my responsibilities with humility and grace. Provided the Main's envoy confirms my right to the throne.
Right, the envoy doesn't... King Hamakar's daughter? What?
The woman is inscrutable. I think she just wants to see me suffer until she acquiesces and places
I don't think
the
she does.
crown on
Maybe.
my head.
I don't know.
Before the full weight of the kingdom falls upon my shoulders, I want to tell you something.
Of course.
I want you to know I appreciate everything you have done for Elsweyr. For me. I do not believe we would have survived without your assistance. Now, I understand the envoy asked you to stand beside me at the ceremony. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready, Chimera.
Five round table.
Gotta walk.
The healers were able to do wonders, my friend. I almost feel like my old self again. I will secure Chimera's claim. You just stand beside her and support her. She values your presence, as do I. But where is Chimera? I expected you to bring her in.
Chimera's ready. Can begin the coronation.
Who will confirm that Chimera is the daughter of King Hemekar and the rightful heir to the throne of Anequina?
I will, as her guardian all these years, and as the Speaker of the Main. Chimera is the rightful heir. Come forth, daughter of Hemekar and Numara. Come forth, child of Enequina.
Chimera, do you accept the duties of the throne? Will you lead this kingdom and protect its people?
I do, and I will.
Know then that the Main accepts and recognizes your claim. All hail Chimera, Queen of Enequina!
I promise to serve our people, and I offer thanks to all who helped achieve our recent victories. Finally, there is one I wish to honor. One whose assistance in these matters was unprecedented and invaluable. Fiveclaw, my comrade and friend, please, approach the throne. Courageous Fiveclaw, I will make sure your deeds are sung by my people. They will be told from one generation to the next. As Kunzari passed into legend, so too will you.
I don't know what to say.
Then say nothing, my friend. Just know that you helped deliver my homeland from tyranny. You helped me avenge my parents. You saved us from dragons and undead. We will never forget that. I will never forget that.
But what happens now?
You appeared when Elsweyr needed you most. In our most desperate time of troubles, you helped restore our nation. You will always have a place here, my friend. And I want you to accept the greatest award I can offer. I name you Champion of Enequina. There are still dragons to kill and Euraxians to deal with, but now it is time to celebrate. Take a few moments, talk to our friends, then enjoy yourself, champion. You earned it.
So I guess your days as the Ancient of the Main are behind you now.
It is time for different adventures, Fiveclaw. I must lead my people and erase the memories of the usurper queen. May her name be blotted from the histories. Of course, I may find time to slip away and explore a ruin or two. Every now and again.
I came to northern Elsweyr with an impossible task. I took command of the militia and sought to free Rimmon from Euraxia's grasp. With your help, we accomplished so much more. You have my thanks for that, champion.
What's next for the Speaker of the Main?
As always, I go wherever the Main needs me. For a while, I remain in Rimmon to provide Queen Chimera with whatever assistance she requires. You know, I watched Chimera grow these past 6 years. She will be a better queen than even I imagined.
Thank you for helping to restore the bloodline of Enequina Walker. It is good to see a Khajiit once again on the throne of Rimmon. Gashia apologizes for all the formality, but she had to be sure before she bestowed the Main's blessing.
And all hail Five!
All hail the greatest diplomatic assistant in Tamriel! Let us celebrate our accomplishments by drinking mead and exchanging friendly headbutts. Rigor doesn't consider any mission complete until he can't remember most of what happened.
So what will you do next?
Rigert will go wherever the winds of diplomacy take him, friend. Rigert refuses to rest until Tamriel's races are all sitting together peacefully.
Ah, my friend, it is good to see you. This is a welcome change of pace, don't you think? Shining faces, regal attire. Oh, after our time in the Ashen Scar, I could use some pomp and pageantry.
It is something. How are things going in the Ashen Scar?
Very well indeed. Mazamiri has taught me a great deal since the redemption of Arumkal. If not for my friendship with you, I'm not sure she would have trusted me. It seems that everyone who associates with you makes out well in the end, hmm?
Let's hope so. What do you think of Chimera?
She seems very wise for her age, and wise rulers rule well. I'm a firm believer in the idea that you can judge a person by the company they keep. The fact that both you and Garesh Re vouch for her speaks volumes. She will make an excellent queen.
This one's heart sings at seeing Chimera crowned queen. Her parents would have been so proud. Thank you, my friend, for getting us to this moment, and for helping Zamorak find his way back to his true calling.
Your true calling. Adept or Queen's Claw?
Zamorak will always be an adept, but Queen Chimera has agreed to accept me as her claw. This one will protect the queen and serve her as best he can. It is what Zamorak was born to do.
I'm glad that the Cygnus Irregulars were able to lend Queen Chimera our support. Helped make up for all the evil Euraxia brought with her to Elsweyr. Now where's the music? I didn't spend the last 6 years learning Khajiit waltzes for nothing.
Did you determine what happens next for the Cygnus Irregulars?
I hate the idea of mercenary companies, but without an imperial government in place, that seems to be what we're reduced to. Luckily, Chimera has accepted our offer of assistance and has agreed to employ us. As engineers and aid workers, of course.
You really learn Khajiit waltz?
A few. You'd be surprised how many of their dances can't be accomplished without claws or a tail. I do hope they play the waxing moon, though. I find it rather elegant, and it's the one best suited to my tailless posterior.
Mizzy can't believe the tales he has heard. Dragons, moongates, eclipses. Oh, so much excitement you've seen, and so many heroic things you have accomplished. Certainly a step up from the work. Mizik is doing very well, especially after being invited to this ceremony. Never did he think he would be witnessing a Khajiit coronation in Rimmon Palace. Is this one's hat on straight? His whiskers burnished and...
That is good to hear. Music would hate to make a bad impression. But this one is sure you have many others to talk to.
Yushia hoped she would see you again, Walker. She very nearly didn't. The Moon Gate was a costly victory.
Thing to say, huh?
Five Claw! This one is so glad to see you. Great Hall's noble guests. Very different from Numaya's humble ranch, yes? This one has high hopes for Queen Kamira's reign. No stinking poacher would dare invite the wrath of such a ruler. The prowl recovers. The beasts and the land slowly find their balance once again. There will always be poachers. Numaya knows this. But with their leader dead, the threat is far less dire.
Charles, once again Hadaras finds you in the thick of the madness. Perhaps you did not leave 2 moons at Tenmar with all your wits about you. You seem to throw yourself at undead and dragons with reckless abandon.
Did you come to attend the Queen's coronation?
Hadaras came to inform Garash-Ri of the happenings at 2 Moons Temple, and to deliver another vision from the Moon Bishop. Saizenza takes what she sees with a pinch of moon sugar now, but she was certain there was truth in his prophecy. She saw a dragon with a broken horn, and a warrior with a great mane on his chin. They joined together to spawn children cloaked in scales in order to take down a terrible tyrant. Her words, not mine, Walker. Hadaras does not know who or what these things represent. That is for wiser minds than his. The only thing he can say with certainty is peace and...
5 Claw! Raz heard what you've been up to. And you didn't call your friend to help? Has Raz wronged you in some way? Killing dragons, moving moons, putting long-lost heirs back on the throne. You almost make Raz feel inadequate. Almost.
Weren't you leaving to go on a new mission?
Queen Irene wanted to make sure this coronation went as smoothly as possible. You never know what sort of mischief can happen at events such as these. Raz will be back in the thick of things soon enough. The Dominion can't function without him.
And were you able to patch things up with your family?
Let us leave what happened in Maryvale back in Maryvale, yes? Besides the possible damage to Raz's sleek reputation, this one would rather keep certain individuals.
Fair enough.
First, you save Iokas' companions from the dangers of cicatrice. Then, you save all of Anequina from the tyranny of dragons. You are truly remarkable, traveler friend. I came to Remen in order to warn the Khajiit of the dangers of cicatrice. I did not wish for the other travelers to be harmed. I do also wonder if perhaps I should speak of my egg mother's research.
That's for you to decide.
Yes, you are right. I think I will try to help, no matter the consequences.
Queen Kamira. She is all official now. This one suppose that means more messages for Lirjazi to carry. Ah well, this one was too good at being a spy that no one realized her true calling. Being the Queen's messenger isn't the worst job, yes?
Fair enough.
Last time I was in Remen Palace, it was on business. Well, certainly seems you've sought out bigger game since our time in Hakershay. A dragon, I believe? Or several, if the stories I've heard are true.
Stories are true.
You'll have to excuse me if I don't trust you to get rid of all the beasts. The sooner I'm back in Morrowind, the better. I don't say this often, but it would be best to stay on your guard.
Is that a threat?
Not this time. I just doubt this dragon business has been entirely dealt with. Best to be prepared for what lies ahead. Besides, it would be awful if you wound up dead. You were marginally helpful after all.
Fair enough. Hello, Cadwell.
Wasn't that a beautiful ceremony? Not quite on the level of the time I attended Moloch Ball's first Daedric Titan unveiling and Soul Shriven Impalement celebration, but beautiful, just the same.
What's next for Cadwell?
Next, haven't given it a thought. It's enough trouble keeping track of the past and present to bother with what happens in the future. Maybe I'll finally build that little house on the edge of Cold Harbor's yawning chasm. Ah, the vertigo.
You're really considering going back to Cold Harbor?
Well, certainly. Eventually. It's my home. Besides, who would all the soul-shriven look up to if I never returned?
True.
Have no fear, my friend. If you ever need Catwell's sword again, I'll rush to your side without hesitation. You have my word.
All right. Huh. Who can we raid? Someone can we? Um. Uh. Spectre. You know what? Red Spectre. Oh. We are gonna raid a friend of mine, Red Spectre. Currently he's playing ESO. He is doing just hanging out on chat and everything like that, probably doing some dungeons or right now. So this VOD will be on YouTube. For anyone watching it afterwards, if you don't find it on Twitch, you will find it on my YouTube channel. I don't think I have a link to my YouTube channel anymore. I think I kind of gotten rid of it. But I might put it back actually. But let's raid Vector. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out, lurking, and everything. Yeah. I will be back tomorrow. Possibly. Doing. I got Graymore confused. I still have to do Southern Elsweyr. So if I did mention that in the beginning of the stream that I was going to do Graymore after this, I was mistaken. I meant that I was going to do Southern Elsweyr after this, or possibly Southern Elsweyr, but I never got around to it. But anyways, thank you all so much for stopping in, and thank you, Starweaver, for the raid. Appreciate it. I'll catch you all on the next one. Next time, guys. I cannot speak today. But anyways, bye.